so weird. So weird.
Was there something that happened in your family that helped you get through it?
Love. They just hold me, they tell me that, you know, this will come, you're better than them, you're a genuine friend to people that are genuine and constantly.
Bye, baby. Love you. Hello, you guys. I am so excited to bring you along for 3 night shifts in a row. And in fact, this is my first time ever working 3 night shifts in a row. I tried my hardest to stay up as late as I could last night, which ended up being around midnight. I slept until 11 noonish today, and now it is 5:45. I'm leaving a little bit earlier because I have a meeting with my supervisor and my preceptor just 15 minutes before we start our shift, going over how everything has been. I also have this little worksheet that I have to turn in weekly to my supervisor, and I'm sure we'll be going over that. It's something that I fill out with my preceptor just about the goals for the upcoming week, and then reflecting back on the prior week of what went well, what didn't go so hot, what could have gone better, things like that. So I'm sure we'll be discussing those worksheets when I turn them in. But before I head to work, I just want to share some exciting news, and this might be too early because I don't exactly know how it's going to pan out. Today, I got to tour some apartments and townhouses.
I like these faucets and everything here. See, they're not in those over there.
Ooh, I love the countertops and the cabinet.
There's just something about them. I think they did an exceptional job on me. The others have
Oh, the tile.
that kind of flooring, but this is a 3-bedroom.
Okay. Thank you. They are so stinking nice. So I'm in the process of applying for them and hopefully moving into them within the next couple of months. They're brand new. I'm in love. Like, I'm so in love. And I want to share this whole experience with you guys as well, of moving out on my own after I have finally started my career as a nurse. I thought it would be fun, interesting, and then hopefully inspiring. I will fill you guys in on more of that at another time because I gotta head to work, gotta go to my meeting, and gotta see patients. I'm so excited. I've had 6 days off and I've actually kind of missed being at the hospital. Hi. Hi, baby. Look at that tail. Hi, I am home. I am showered, I'm clean, and I'm staying hydrated. I have to admit, I did not finish this during my shift like I had hoped that I would. Granted, I did have a seltzer and a cup of coffee and a cup of tea, so I did get lots of fluids in, just not necessarily water, and that was the whole point of this. So We will try better tomorrow, or actually today, because I will be back to work today. Night shift is so weird. So weird. Last night and this morning were really great. I got to see such a wide variety of patients. We had several ambulances come in where we got to triage them, and then we had a level 1 acuity where we had to transfer that patient out, and then we saw more stable patients, all from different ages. I got to perform several skills, did some IVs, which I am working on doing IVs in the hand. I feel like I have the AC down, which is a commonplace where we put IVs in the ER. It's not just for the hell of it, for people that don't know, because usually when we get somebody in the emergency department, we don't exactly know what's going on with them, and chances are they may be getting a CT, and certain CTs require contrast, and that contrast has to be administered from the AC of the arm or up. And so that's why we do that. It's sort of like a prophylactic IV insertion, because it can save your patient from being poked multiple times or having multiple IVs if they don't necessarily need them. So anyways, I did a hand IV, and I feel like hands are kind of hard because there's a lot of valves and you just have to be really gentle and careful. Did lots of assessments, had some really sweet patients, which always makes me just love what I do and makes me love being there. Like, I thoroughly enjoy working. I can honestly say that. And I know not all days will be like that. I know there will be tough days and really tough things to see, but I'm just happy that I can be in an environment where I feel like I'm making a difference in people's lives, or I have an opportunity to, and being in an environment surrounded by people that hopefully feel the same way. So overall, it was a really good day. Nothing too eventful, which I am totally fine with, because my past week in the ER has been absolutely insane. So many codes, just things that I have never even seen or thought I would see. Never saw in nursing school, never thought I would see this early on in my career. So it's a nice change of pace. I am appreciating it, and it's allowing me to actually take things in and learn more as a, not a student, as a new grad. Anyways, it is 8:36 in the morning. So crazy that I am actually having no problem staying up through my entire shift. That was my biggest concern, was getting hired on as nights, not being able to stay up, because I love going to bed early, love waking up early. That's my jam, and I haven't really had a problem transitioning into nights. My first couple night shifts ever were rough, but now I feel like I got the hang of it and I'm really enjoying it. Anyways, I am going to go heat up some soup and then binge watch The Bachelor in Paradise. I will check back in with you guys for shift 2 out of 3.
Bachelor in Paradise.
Hello, good morning, good evening. Day 2 of 3 night shifts in a row. I grabbed the goods from the gas station when I was getting gas. I am not that tired. I actually feel pretty like rejuvenated, but I did only get about 6.5 hours of sleep, so I feel like I might reach a wall around 3. So I have 2 of these. I might give one away. I might drink them both. We shall see. I have this little tracker that I need to add to my badge reel. It's useful because if you're in a situation and you need help, you can just press the red button. And then also, if somebody's looking for you, like a provider or another nurse, they can go up to our nurses station and it'll actually show which patient room you're in. So that's really nice. I'm gonna add that to my badge reel. And speaking of badge reels, some of you guys are probably well aware of this, but I have a small business that I started back in nursing school, selling various nursing related items that I love and use. And it's been this really amazing creative outlet for me during school and even now, and also a way to make a source of income and just share what I love with you guys. And I wanted to show you one of the little badge reels that I have. It's this super cute smiley face. This is the one I've been wearing to work as of lately. But I also have a bunch of other new designs launching, and I'll insert some videos right here. So we have the smiley face, which is what I have on the pink cowboy boot with a little cow print bead. And then the future nurse topper on the brown cowboy boot with a brown cowboy bead. These are cute little cowboy hats, pink and brown. This is the rattan wood and the cow print. And what's really nice is that these are all interchangeable, so you can mix and match if you want the smiley face on the cowboy hat. And you can customize it and choose the interchangeable Velcro, or if you want it more permanent, we can always do glue. You just specify when you place your order. And then I have these super cute badge rolls with the RN on them. So we have the floral, the cow print, and the pink. And it's same for these as well. They can mix and match. You can customize them if you want the glue or the Velcro adhesive. Not gonna lie, these ones might be my favorite because they have the cutest little coffee cups on there. And then I have it paired with the rattan wood topper or this caffeine PO Q4H PRN. I think that's so funny. And last but not least, I am loving the whole cow theme. We have the basic brown cow here and then the black cow. I think they're so stinking cute. So yeah, those are some of the new designs I've added to my shop. I also have so much more planned and so much more in store. But for now, I am going to take my little slippers off and get my tennis shoes on and grab all my stuff and head in for my second night shift in a row. Hello, it is the next day. We are on shift 3 out of 3. I didn't really chat with you guys after my previous shift because it was a rough one. It was rough. It was one of those times where I drove home in silence, like no music, no podcast. If you know, you know. And honestly, I showered and then just went straight to bed, slept, woke up, had some dinner, and then got dressed and ready for my next shift. I think what made it a little difficult was in the ER, you just like never know what you're gonna get throughout the day. And it's like that on any floor, honestly, but I feel like it's amplified in the emergency department. So it's hard to sort of create a routine. And I just feel like I just don't know anything. Like I'm on a massive learning curve and I get frustrated with myself, and then it kind of just like snowballs and I'm making all these little mistakes. And something that is really important to me is that I don't ever want to ask somebody to do something for me if I don't know how to do it. In the ER, we have ER technicians, techs, and they help us with our EKGs, vital signs, cleaning the rooms. And there's just certain little things that should be easy that I still don't know how to do, and I don't like asking somebody to do something for me if I don't know how to do it. For example, yesterday, one of the computers just kept beeping and I thought that the keyboard needed to be cleaned, but that wasn't it. It just needed to be plugged in, and I was like staring at it for 5 minutes trying to figure it out. And then somebody came and helped me, and it's just, I found myself getting like frustrated with myself that I don't know how to do minuscule things like that. And yeah, and then I think another problem is that there's this sense of pressure like to do everything in a timely fashion because we want to get people out of there, get them to where they need to be, to the floor, get them discharged. And that's where mistakes happen with like medications and other things. And I had pulled a pre-pack for a patient. It was like erythromycin ointment. I actually didn't pull it. Another nurse pulled it for me, and I didn't look at it. Like I didn't double check it when I was preparing it. And so I almost gave the wrong pre-pack of medication to a patient, like a pediatric patient. And granted, it would have been caught when I scanned it, but just little things like that, like being in a rush, that are preventable. Obviously not all mistakes are preventable, and we're human and we're imperfect and we will be making them. It's just hard when something like that happens, and then you just have to carry on and like see your next patient. I feel like I was kind of just beating myself up and like getting in not the best headspace, and so I just needed to rest. I feel a little bit better today. I'm with a different preceptor tonight, somebody that I've actually never met, so hopefully it goes well. And this is just a reminder to all of you guys in nursing school, all of us new grads together, that it's a process. We're not going to know everything, and some days are going to be harder than others, but ultimately we are helping people, and we just have to remember why we're doing what we're doing. And it just takes time with any career and profession to get a sense of self and get comfortable and confident in the environment that you're working in. So last night, 3 out of 3, baby. Hopefully it goes well. I will fill you guys in on everything after. Shift 3 out of 3 is officially done, and I couldn't be happier. I have the next 2 days off, which again, I've talked about this before, is really weird because technically today is considered one of my days off, even though I did work until 7 this morning. So it is quite an adjustment because 1 day off does not feel like a day off on night shift, and 2 days off feels like 1 day off, and we all know that 1 day off really doesn't feel like any days off because you're just catching up on stuff that you need to take care of. Regardless, I am very fortunate and happy to have the next couple days to rejuvenate, catch up on all the sleep that I need, take Camper outside, go on a couple of walks, and just relax and play catch up on emails and sign papers. And I'll fill you guys in on that in a minute. I want to talk about my last shift with you guys because I know going into it last evening, I wasn't in the most positive headspace. It's just been, I'm trying to think of the word, not linear, I guess. And I don't know why you would expect it to be linear when you're starting a new career, regardless of what the career is, because there's so much that you have to learn and adapt to. And also, this is the medical field. Not only is there so much that we have to learn that we haven't learned before, but there's also so much that we have to see that affects us, and maybe we don't realize how much it affects us until we get home or until a week or two passes by and you randomly think of an image or a moment you had at the hospital. Anyhow, my last shift was actually really good. It was a nice change of pace because it was really, really slow, but I didn't actually say that out loud because I didn't want to jinx the department and then it would get super, super busy because that's how it always works. But we came into the night and we had several patients, and then around midnight, 1, we got down to like 1 patient, and they were just all getting discharged, leaving with medications or leaving with nothing. I think our last patient was an allergic reaction. It was very, very mild. They left with some Benadryl, and then we didn't even have a patient for like the last hour and a half, 2 hours. And so I was just completing modules that I have to do for my department that are online, just various subjects and check-offs that I have to do as a new grad. It was nice to take it slower and catch my breath. I was talking with a lot of other people, and they honestly all told me that the first year is just when you learn everything, and it's hard because there's so much to learn and you're going to be uncomfortable, and you always need to stay uncomfortable in this profession, which is not something that I had necessarily thought of quite like that, because I just kept telling them I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm never going to be able to learn all of this. And they're like, you're right, you are never going to be able to learn all of this. We are always asking each other questions and helping each other out, and the moment that you stop asking questions, you should be concerned with yourself and your practice. I honestly have had over 20 nurses tell me that you should always be questioning everything that you do your entire career, because things are constantly changing. So Anyways, the last shift was really good. It ended on a good note. I feel better. I needed to get some sleep, so that was really nice. I really just needed to sleep. I feel okay. I know not every day is going to be wonderful and perfect, and that's just life, but there is beauty in so many things, especially the little things, which is something that I've been trying to implement in my life as a whole, not just work, but really appreciating the little moments, because as cliche as this is, the little moments are what make up our life, and we can get so focused on the future and certain goals that we have that are, you know, pretty far out there, years down the road or months down the road, and we miss our life in front of us. We're not here in the present moment. So I'm trying to work on that, and I think I'm doing better with that. But I have some news, like super exciting news. As you guys saw earlier in this vlog, I toured a couple apartments, townhouses, and there was so many different factors at play. They were obviously different prices. They had different pros and cons. Like the townhouse had all carpet and the apartment had hardwood floor, and I really like hardwood floor, especially with camper. I think it's just better, it just makes more sense. But then the townhouse had that second floor. It also had 3 bedrooms, which is awesome. So much space. The kitchen was so huge. It had a cute patio, but honestly it was just too much space for me. It's just not necessary. I do not need to live in that big of a space right now. It's just camper and I, and so I officially signed a lease for the apartment. It's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath apartment. I am so excited. It's perfect. I'll have a room for camper and I, and then the other room I'll make it a sort of little office, like business space for my small business. And then we have the half bath for when I have guests over, and then my bathroom with a full tub, which was super important. The kitchen, it has a little bar area, and then the patio, and it is in an awesome location. It's right by a park. It's safe, and I just could not be more thankful. So I officially signed the lease on that, and I will be moving in a little over a month. So I have some time to get some money saved up and just start collecting items that I want in my own space, because you guys, I have never ever lived alone. I have obviously always lived with my family and then various roommates, friends, boyfriend, and I've never ever had my own space, and I could not be more excited and more thrilled and more appreciative, because honestly in the past I've always wanted to live with a roommate. I've always wanted to live with a friend, because I loved having the company and sharing it with other people. And don't get me wrong, that is amazing and that is wonderful, but I have finally reached a point in my life where I just want my own space. I want my own space to come back to do whatever I want with it, and I just want my independence, and I want to be alone in it. I've never felt this way in my life. I've always loved living with people, and it's just this sort of new chapter. I'm at this age in my mid-20s where this is the time when I get to live alone, and I get to really figure out who I am and what I want, which I feel like has been happening over the past couple of years. Your 20s are a very, very interesting time. But later on in my life, you know, if it all works out like I want it to, I want to get married, and I think that I want to have children as long as I'm sharing it with the right person. This is like the time where I get to have this space and be with myself. And once you take that step forward of, you know, committing to somebody and living with them and having a family together, that is obviously gone, which is not a bad thing at all. I'm not putting that down in any way, because that's another amazing season of life that we get to experience. We're so lucky. But I'm ready for this season and this chapter of my life of having my own space and just being and doing whatever I want to do. I feel so fortunate. I could cry right now. I couldn't be doing this without the career that I have, without the support that I have with my family. I'm just really thankful right now. And you guys, obviously, that I've gotten to share all of my experiences, nursing school and everything with you guys. You guys have supported me along the way and contributed to my small business and purchased items from me, and it means so much. So I want to say thank you. I am so excited for the videos to come of an official home tour. I want to keep it super simple and minimal. We'll see how I do with that, but I'm so excited. Life is good right now, and I hope you guys are doing really good, and always try to find the silver lining in your situation. And remember that if things aren't going exactly how you have planned right now, and there's a couple hiccups along the way, just embrace them, because those moments are temporary. Those hard, tough moments are just temporary. And same if everything is going amazing and perfect. Embrace it and appreciate it, because that is temporary too. Our lives are full of surprises. We have no idea what could be waiting for us around the corner, and I don't know. I'm just happy right now, and I'm thankful. So I hope you guys are doing really, really good. I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you guys for spending 3 night shifts with me in a row. We got through it, and honestly, it wasn't too bad. It really wasn't. So if I can do it, you can do it too. Trust me. Thank you guys again so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! This obviously would not be a proper goodbye without my son. Hi, baby. He's getting groomed in a couple of days. Yay!